Box. Check 1, 2. All right, hello and welcome everybody to Inspiration in a Box. We are so excited to have you all here today. We're especially excited because of this great theme. Sean, how you doing, man?
Good, buddy. How you doing? Welcome to the Love Show.
Yeah, we're really excited. Really excited to see everybody out there in the audience. Let's just take a quick peek at who we have. Stand by here. Actually, yep, here we go. Let's just see who we have here. Looks like we've got a lot of folks. Welcome. It looks like Mark is here from Orlando. Nice to see you, Mark. Nancy, Deborah, always great to see you. Chris, awesome. Diana Sora is back. Yes, super great, super great. We have some great surprises for you today, you guys. Not only do we have this wonderful love theme, but we have for you this wonderful crew today. Welcome our crew. What's up, guys?
Hey.
How you doing? Good to see you all. I had to make this scene here in OBS just to make sure we knew the powerhouse team we had to help inspire you today. I like to first introduce my colleague and cohort, a guy who I definitely love, and that is Sean Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Brown, what's up, dude?
How are you, buddy? Hello, everybody.
I'm good. Hey, I wanted to tell you that remember last time you were flying when this was happening, and I loved it because I kind of you chimed in on text, and I was thinking that was what broke the stream last time, but it really didn't. Just so you know, it was my old computer equipment.
All I could think is, oh my gosh, somehow there's a setting and I have just crashed the entire show. Yeah. But of course I couldn't turn it off because it was like watching a car wreck at the same time.
Yeah, sorry, man. Well, we are back, and hopefully all the electronics look good, all the bells and whistles look good. So how about introducing our special guest presenter too?
Absolutely. We are super excited when our first try, right, of having a guest presenter with us, but I'd like to introduce the wonderful innovation catalyst, Miss Sarah Miller.
Sarah, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here again.
Nice. And
right.
Sarah, I really apologize. Again, I know that last month was your streaming debut, and I know, there was makeup, there was a full outfit, the whole thing, which is something that we all haven't done a lot of during the pandemic. So thank you very much for once again putting on makeup and getting ready for our show today. We're excited to have you here.
And honestly, look, it was a test, right? We knew she would come back after everything just falling apart last month. So she's here again. We know she really wants to be part of the team. It's great.
Exactly.
I mean, only you, Lee, and Sean could get me to put on makeup twice. So
Exactly. All right. And the next I would like to introduce and welcome our awesome chat moderator and show producer, Mr. José Gutiérrez. Jose, what's up, dude?
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Happy to be here again.
Yeah, man. Super excited. I know you're 6 hours ahead of us in Münster, Germany. So we are definitely stoked that you are with us. We have definitely some fun planned for you today, and some fun content. So we are going to we're going to start out here, if you don't mind, and we are going to do a fun energizer. If you guys would humor me, you guys up for doing an energizer?
Good. Let's do it.
Excellent.
Let's go for it.
This is an energizer that my good buddy Jay who used to be my boss at Disney. Great guy. He loves to do this Energizer with a big room full of people. And since we have kind of a virtual room full of people, I thought it'd be kind of fun. So here's what I want you to do. And I'm actually going to time this for us. So I'm going to give everybody 30 seconds. And in the audience, I want you to do this. You can either write this stuff down or you can type it in the text if you want. And what I want you to do is think about all of the things in the world that you love. So think about all of the things in the world that you love, and I want you to list them. When I say start, I want you to keep listing them, as many as you can, and don't stop for 30 whole seconds. And Jose, Sarah, and Sean, I want you to go ahead and just do this out loud. Try not to be distracted by each other. Out in the audience, I want you guys, if you want to type it in the text, you can. If you want to write it down, but I don't want you to stop. Just keep writing down all the things you love. On your mark. Are you guys ready?
Good.
Ready.
Okay, on your mark. Get set. Go. 30 seconds.
Beer.
I love beer, dogs,
Bruins.
French fries.
Patriots. Tom Brady. My boy crush.
I love cars.
Keep going.
Dog.
I
20 seconds.
love peanut butter and jelly,
Both of them.
I love
sandwiches.
Equally.
I love
St.
Flower
Patrick's
walk.
Day
roasted
is
turkey.
coming.
I love pancakes
College days,
with
which I don't
hot
remember.
I love dance.
coffee.
5 seconds. 4,
travel.
Like
3,
oat milk
2,
with
and 1.
Cheerios.
All right, stop.
Wow.
I'm loving the stuff from the chat. We've got food trucks, pizza, cheese, pasta, flowers. Lee
Tequila.
Kitchen, thank you. Great wine, tequila, Danish. Good ones, you guys. So I'll just look at the
donuts.
three of you. How was that exercise to do? What were you guys, how did you feel while you were doing that?
Stressed,
Yeah.
right?
It's kind of stressful. 30 seconds to make a big list, right? How
What
about
if I
you,
leave
Sarah?
someone or
How did
something
it feel
out?
for you?
I even spent, the past 10 minutes preparing for this, knowing it was coming, and I still ran out of things to love.
Jose, you
Me
seem to be rolling. I heard beer right out of the gate with you. So at least your priorities in order, right?
Yeah, I'm a simple man.
Yeah. What's funny is that we love to do that, especially when we start the stuff out, because expansive thinking is exactly what we're going for here, and we're trying to inspire you so you can help think expansively. But the thing is, it's really hard to do on your own, and a lot of times people think that just ideas come naturally, and you have to start somewhere, and you have to start by making lists. Most of the times it's making lists and making choices, something my good buddy Tim Herson from Mind Camp taught me. And just starting right in and making a list is a really tough gig. So I love doing that at the beginning of a session or a brainstorm just to get everybody in the right mood. And I loved listening to your guys' like priorities. So Jose's first was beer. I heard Sarah say cats. And Sean, I didn't hear you say your wife until about number 8. Which,
And honestly, this month, I got to give a shout out to Mrs. Cammie Brown, because this month is our 25th wedding anniversary.
all right.
So that's technically on the 10th. So I have 5 days to remember to put her first on my love list.
Yes,
right.
you
I got to
do.
bump that up.
As you should. Well,
Working on it.
That is awesome. Congratulations to you guys. What a perfect month to do it in. It's a perfect time for our love theme here. So,
Yes.
so really, really great. All right, we are going to go through some rules really quick here. So let me get back to the presentation really quick. So we will fade to that. So we will go to that. So just a couple rules before we get started. And as you guys know, they're kind of like the Pirates Code. They're merely guidelines. So the first one, of course, is stay positive and open-minded. There could be a lot of negativity happening around the world. There is science behind staying positive and creating big ideas. So keeping positive, open-minded is super important. The next one, you'll recognize this if you've ever been to one of our brainstorms, is share the air. And that just means let everybody have a chance to talk. We've got a lot of you guys in the chat room today, so make sure everybody has an opportunity for that. And definitely be respectful of everybody in the chat. I know that's no problem with most of our crowd coming to us from from Disney, so thank you guys very much for that. We want you to build in yes and. So if we show you something that you may have seen or participated in, please build on what we're saying in case we don't cover the whole thing. And also, let's think about yes ands that we could possibly do to add to it and to kind of get our creativity juices flowing. So please feel free to add those yes ands. We also would love for you to pay it forward. So at the end of this broadcast, this stream, we will have links to our YouTube, our Brainstorm in a Box YouTube page, and that's where you'll find these presentations. And we want you to pay those forward to anybody who you think could benefit or be inspired by our content today. And of course, you guys, what's the number one rule when we all get together?
Have fun.
Let's have some fun. Yes. Okay, so we are going to keep rolling along, and I'm going to talk a little bit about technical difficulties. They definitely happen. Last month was, like I said, I mistakenly used my Commodore 64 to try to stream with. Apparently, streaming was not a big thing in the early 80s. Who knew? I thought it had a multiple use. It didn't. But I'm also sitting on, there's cords all around me, and I could step on one. So technical difficulties happen, and we live in a Zoom world where there's kids that'll walk up and say hi. Some of us have cats. I know Sarah has Zeus and Sheldon over there, and Zeus and Sheldon are the most mild-mannered cats until Sarah gets on a Zoom call, and then of course they want to jump up in camera. Is that right, Sarah?
It's absolutely true. They don't care about me until I'm on camera.
Yep. So yes, they happen. So just bear with us. We talk about it all the time. We are the modern day version of Wayne and Garth. So those kind of things happen. So let's just talk a little bit about one of the best parts of innovation in a box, and that is Jose. Everybody, Jose, what's up, dude? Looks like we got a pretty good chat going on there. Yeah, I made you your own page, bro. Come on.
I love it. Yes.
That's awesome.
So tell us a little bit
so
about
cool.
What are you going to be doing today, Jose? What's your gig?
So I will be the moderator, and I'll be checking the chat. So if anyone wants to comment on something, I will be interrupting you guys. Hope that's okay with you. And yeah, whenever something it's popping in the chat, I will let you know so we can share. Everyone can share.
Awesome.
Great. So thank you.
We hope everyone will chime in too, because really we'd like to have some conversation around some of our stuff too. So
absolutely, and we know that the chat is delayed by about 5 seconds. So give us just a little bit to catch up. And again, Jose will interrupt us. So thank you so much, Jose. We are going to send you up into the cloud right now. And we are going to start with our first video. Now, this video actually came out back in December, and we tried to show it in January, but we weren't able to. But we want to make sure we get a chance to show you. This is an amazing Match.com ad. It features Satan meeting his match in 2020. It is set to Taylor Swift's Love Story, and it depicts a whirlwind romance that Satan has with 2020. It was actually produced a little bit by Ryan Reynolds. He had something to do with it. He's not actually in it. And it's funny, as part of the campaign, which is running on social platforms, they created match profiles for both Satan and 2020.
I love that.
So let's check this out.
Oh wait, and Lee, and it just again on the match profiles, what's brilliant, Satan's biggest regret is going down to Georgia. And then 2020, her body type is long and lean.
Nice.
Brilliant.
All right, so let's check this out.
Satan?
Hi. 2020.
Please. Call me 2020. Who would? Oh, I've dated much worse guys than him. Much worse. I mean, at least he's famous.
I started by using the Match custom search filter. I filtered out joy, happiness, toilet paper, and reason.
Boom.
Most years I've dated are a little, I don't know, straightforward. I mean, there's a little misery, but nothing truly soul-crushing about them.
I just want to be remembered. You know, do you know the poem, The Road Less Traveled by Shakespeare? I actually have the tattoo of it.
Don't ask me where.
You devil.
Guilty. She gets me. That's the best part. When you meet someone that takes time to see beneath the surface.
Of the earth. It's just a perfect match.
That's just so awesome. A match made in hell. That's hilarious. Sean, I really love the fact that they took a bad situation and really helped kind of showcase their products just by putting those two bad things together. Hilarious. Really good.
Absolutely. And honestly, think about, like you said, a bad situation. I mean, what a hell of a year it was, right?
Yeah.
And just to see people, and our friend Ben and the team from Nonfiction will appreciate the comment, not ignoring the reality of what's going on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we are human. It doesn't mean that everything is the fancy fake happiness of Facebook all the time. It's like leverage what's going on and utilize it and turn it into something. What a better way to make people laugh.
And that's what, that's kind of what true innovation is, right? You can't just rest on your laurels, right? You can't just complain about something that's happening. You got to turn it around. The discontent is the first necessity of progress, right?
Absolutely. Yep. It's brilliant. Love it.
All right.
I love the fact that they stole toilet paper.
I love that part. All right. Next up, this one is for Sarah. Sarah, tell us about the lovebirds.
Yeah, lovebirds. I don't know about you, Lee, but cute animal pictures and videos have given me life over this real crap of a year called 2020. And this one probably takes the cake for it because I absolutely saw this and fell in love. This was a photo taken in Melbourne of a fairy. There's a fairy penguin community off the coast there. And for those who don't know, fairy penguins mate for life, which is, first of all, adorable.
Yeah.
But in a very sad twist of events, you see these two birds here, and the white one is an elderly lady whose partner passed away, and the blackbird is a younger gentleman whose partner also passed away. And every couple nights they find solace with each other, and they cuddle and spend time together and watch the skyline. And how adorable
it's
is
so
that?
Great. It's so
oh my
great.
gosh, it just melts my heart.
It really does. And Sarah, of course, he's a gentleman. He's wearing a tuxedo. I mean, only gentlemen wear tuxedos. So, no, super cute. I also love seeing our sandhill cranes in Florida because they too are known to mate for life. And it's really interesting when one of them does lose a mate, they basically walk around as a triad, and it's just nice that they kind of accept someone else into their group there. So this is just adorable and cute. Thank you so much for telling us about this one. All right, next up. All right, so I was talking about McDonald's, and I was talking about this amazingly disgusting thing that they did, which is basically they created a sandwich made of Spam topped and crushed with Oreo cookies in China as an attention-grabbing move, and it really has. The offbeat products they hope will appeal to Chinese tastes in the populace and an intensely competitive market. It's a kind of a members-only promotion that they're doing, and they interviewed a few customers, and they said they thought it was delicious. I don't know, Sarah. What do you think?
I could probably think of a couple X's I would give this sandwich to. Speaking of love bugs.
Excellent.
You know what's crazy though? People who like Spam, they love Spam.
Yeah, it's an all or nothing relationship with Spam, right?
It's crazy.
I'm not sure I can get on board with this one though.
No.
No.
All right, so let's go to the next one. So far, everything looks like it's working well. Tell us about going out to the one I love.
This one goes out.
Nice.
Yep,
I was
the
hoping
love.
you'd
You
sing
know
it for
how
us
goes.
first, Sean.
This one is really simple, but I think it's brilliant considering everything that's happening with education and people in general, right? So this one teacher created a really simple daily ritual for his high school class. And they rotate through each day. One student does a 30-second to 60-second presentation at the beginning of the day just about them. It could be something with their family, something that they like, a movie that they watched. They get extra credit if they actually add a visual to it as well. And it's brilliant because the teacher then, it makes me think of like Notre Dame football, right? Everyone taps the sign as they walk out onto the field. So the teacher, he takes the pictures and videos of every kid from what they've done, and he keeps adding it to this wall hall of fame. But the biggest thing is that it's developing that sense of humility with everyone else, and adding that sense of humanity and empathy. And because you learn about everyone else that's in the classroom, right? Regardless of what you think. And I just thought it was a brilliant exercise. And at the same time, it's so simple that we could all do in our daily lives and work, or even family.
Super simple. I actually do when I host happy hours for companies and corporations. We do this Instagram game where everybody sends in their favorite Instagram picture, and they have 15. I give them 20 seconds to tell us why they chose that photo, and it's a great way to share visually, and a kind of a great way for everybody to get to know each other, right?
Yep.
Amazing. And empathy, this is such a great, simple way to build empathy, like you said, Sean. And that is probably the paramount key, most important thing of creativity, is to know who your people are, know who your friends are, and take a walk in their shoes.
And there's a great comment, Nancy Deborah, talking about failures, right? And I've loved seeing so much being presented through LinkedIn and articles. I think it's been most prevalent, honestly, over the last maybe 3 years, but coming up about failure is good.
Yeah.
Because without it, you don't learn.
Really.
You have nothing to hate yourself from, right?
Really. I worked with a guy, I went to Mind Camp with a guy named Nate, who actually did a failure resume, and he did a whole workshop on the importance of failure. And when he goes to apply for jobs, he has this failure resume, and it's amazing because he basically has the bottom line is, here's how I got better and to be a better person, to be how or what I am today. So it's a great way to kind of flip that around. Okay, we've got a really great, what looks like a renovation that turned into an innovation. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about this. I know you actually submitted this too, so tell us about it, because I mean, this is really important. This is important stuff. Go for it.
I am so excited about this story. It started with a man and a woman, Maureen and Mark Brown, who were trying for a baby for 2.5 years and having very little luck with it. And they went to see a fertility doctor who said, why don't you try something called ICI, which is intercervical insemination. And they said, okay, let's do it. I want a turkey base. Let's get this done, right?
Turkey based.
So they go online, they go on Amazon, and they're looking for syringes. They're looking for, the supplies that they need to make this happen. And what they found was, well, nothing really. They found syringes that were too long. They found ones that were too short. They found ones with the wrong tip, and it was very uncomfortable. And as they were going through this process, Maureen was like, this process really sucks and it could be better. So she sat down and pulled out her pen and paper and started prototyping what could be a better experience for ICI. And as somebody who's worked in product for 4 years, there's nothing that gets me going more than like a really cool design that's so needed. And what I love about the Mosey syringe is that it was designed specifically for ICI, and down to the details, which they took a cue from Mother Nature. So the actual syringe is ergonomic. It has a smooth tip to make it a more comfortable experience for the woman. What's really cool about the tip, though, is that it has a larger angular opening. So it creates a better flow to make sure that all of the very important content,
all the goods, man.
yeah, right.
The instructions.
Yeah. You want to make
I
sure.
mean, as much as this is an awkward subject to talk about, but this is so important, right? It to me, and I know I'm sorry I interrupted you, Sarah, but to me, this is like, it's like bringing power to the people. Before these people, it's thousands of dollars, right? It's like within $20,000 to $40,000 to do this procedure, right?
Absolutely. It's fertility treatment's expensive, and it's I think a lot of times in our society a bit shameful for a lot of women, a lot of same-sex couples, or people who can't conceive. So I love the humility that really goes into this product. You order it online, it comes with 2 syringes, an ovulation test, a collection cup. It's $89, right?
Wow.
And it's just something that really humanizes this process and makes it a lot more intimate, especially for those same-sex couples who want to have an experience of intimacy when creating a baby. And I think that is so cool. Like, I love this product so much.
And I was saying before, I did a session in December, and the client kept asking us for renovations, not innovations. And I thought that was really interesting because they wanted to change existing products, but me and the gentleman that I was working with, we were trying to tell them that it's a thin line, right? And even if you start creating renovations, most likely you'll be so inspired that you'll create an innovation. So they were really trying here to just create a renovation on the existing way this was done in the syringe, and they created an innovation, right? This definitely qualifies as something new and something useful, and will definitely have a return on investment. So
I'm gonna put a big bold statement out there and say that I think some of the best innovations of this decade have been renovations. Uber, Airbnb, right? Like, they start as something that we already have, and we can do better.
Exactly.
Hey, and Sarah, I want to add to this too. The thing that's brilliant. I mean, think of the industry and the science, right? In this industry, you had a husband and wife who were frustrated with the process, and they figured out a solution in their house.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like the opportunity and possibility for people to change and invent is insane right now. And it's a brilliant example of finding an opportunity, and you don't have to be a super huge corporation to make a huge impact.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And I forgot to tell the best part of the story, which is the first Mosey baby was born 2.5 years after they started this process. I believe his name is Frank, and it is their son. So
that's
happy
awesome.
The ultimate love child.
So great.
That's
definitely the ultimate love child. All right. Well, thank you, Sarah, and thank you for submitting that. We really appreciate it. All right. Next up, this is, brands are always trying to get you to trust them. There is a study Edelman did that brands really want to start being solutions to problems and build that trust. So the agency TBWA Helsinki designed Terveystalo billboards that actually disinfect your phone for you. You open a small hatch on the billboard and you plop your phone inside, then you wait 15 seconds for Terveystalo to clean your phone with UVC light. Their latest project attempts to prove to passerby that the brand actually cares about your health right now. Not only do they say they care about curing diseases, but concentrate on preventing them. So really great. And like we said, in a world where 85% of global consumers want brands to solve their problems, 80% want brands to solve society's problems. So this is a great start to that.
Hey,
Sean, any comments on that?
Yeah, and I just did a quick Google search just to really freak everybody out. Let's see, is there a date on this? There isn't. 2017. Cell phones carry 10 times more bacteria than most toilet seats.
Oh, great.
Whoa.
Okay. So the next time that you're hungover, the porcelain god,
Yeah.
it's actually cleaner than if you fell and passed out on your cell phone.
Gross.
Yes.
Gross. Think about how many times you've dropped your phone on your face.
They also used to say that about men's beards, and I will have to disagree with that because my beard is not that dirty. So,
well, you rake it. You rake it every day.
Right. All right. I'm gonna go to Jose really quick. Jose, any fun stuff in the chat we should be paying attention to?
Yeah. D Detting just said that depends on the toilet. It actually is true.
Yeah, I can specifically remember watching a Penn and Teller bullshit episode where they talked about how you get more germs from contact on surfaces than you do on the surface of your toilet, but that was in the mid 2000s, so it's probably changed. Awesome, thank you, Jose, and thank you for monitoring all the stuff going on there. All right, let's go back to Sarah here. Here we go.
Lee, I want to add one more quick thought.
Yep.
The brilliant thing about that, though, is taking a billboard and actually turning it into something, right? So single function billboard, like what other companies could put something out for consumers to try? Like I started thinking here, what if you could walk up and get a small bag of popcorn?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, yeah, you think, well, a vending machine, but a vending machine doesn't cook it. But there's just this cool interpretation of, is a sign or a billboard actually does it just have to be stagnant in the middle of some,
Exactly.
a space? Can it do
it's
something?
making better use of the space and the technology. Good one. Good one.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, you are up with, let's talk a little bit about what's love got to do with it. Are you going to sing the song for us too?
What's love got?
Nice. Thank you.
So I don't know about anybody else who's been in the dating world in the past 5 to 10 years, but there's literally nothing worse than swiping, left on your phone and going, getting all dolled up once again, putting makeup on.
That's swiping right, dude. It's swiping right.
Yeah,
that's the
right.
positive one.
Swiping right, going out and meeting this dude who looked perfect, already planned your wedding in your head, everything's right, and then just finding out that their profile literally was not who they were whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right?
The worst.
So we now bring you Black Mirror meets Her, and welcome to 2021, where AI, artificial intelligence, can actually start working as a matchmaker, which is a little closer than people might think. Match.com already has an AI bot called Laura, who guides people through the process of romance, offering suggestions based on 50 personal factors. And eHarmony uses AI that reads people's chats and tells them how to make the next move.
Oh,
creepy.
What? That is definitely creepy.
That's a little creepy, but I think, being in the dating world, I've definitely seen some people who could use that. So maybe not a bad thing.
Well, interesting. For me, I'm thinking maybe the AI could be a coach, and you could actually pretend you're chatting, and the AI can go, no, don't say that yet. You can't say that until the third chat that you're in, or something like that, right? So maybe it could teach people who might not have manners online, and I know I've heard horror stories about it, how to have some etiquette and some manners, right? That would be a good use of that. I wonder if it could teach them not to ghost, though. When I was, I had 3 single years that were quite miserable, and in my 3 single years, ghosting was a thing. I'm not a big fan.
There's a new show on TV that's around basically catfish, but for people who ghosted. So they hunt down the ghosters.
Oh, nice. I love it. All right. Jose, anything going on the chat?
Yes, we do. Mark says swiping left is how 2020 got the devil. and Nancy says that there should be something like, do you really want to say that kind of message?
Yeah, there definitely should be that.
As opposed to getting a message that comes up that says, did you really just say that?
Yeah.
Is that really what you want to say?
Here's how to fix it.
All right. Thank you, Jose. And thank you guys for keeping adding your yes ands on there. We really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
I like this one, that there's a chatbot that helps you break up with people.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I bet my good friend Lauren Petrullo is into chatbots. She probably has heard of that before. Okay, so Sean, it's really funny that you just happened to put this in. So I'm going to tell you a secret, and I don't think she's actually listening right now because she's busy working. But my fiance, I asked her to marry me a year ago, New Year's Eve, 2019 to 2020. And I was in such a rush to get it done. I asked my mom to lend me one of her rings so I could have a ring for that night. And actually, the funny part about it is I actually lost it an hour before I was before New Year's Eve. So I lost the ring, and I freaked out. And I found it, and I was like, "Hey, I'm just I had to get this done just so we could do the ceremonial part." And I still have not bought her a proper ring yet. So thank you. I'm sure she would appreciate that you put this slide in here. to just put a little fire under me here. So this is lab grown diamonds. So founders of this thing called Couple hated the old school way of buying a ring. They didn't know where to start, and they visited every kind of jeweler out there. Even friends and things like that. The whole process felt outdated. So they basically went to the source, the diamond distributors, and during that diligent phase, they stumbled across a lab who was making strides in lab-grown diamonds. After seeing how their stones were identical to mined diamonds, but with better quality and bigger carat size, they knew they were onto something. They had a gemologist select the best diamond from the lot, and a renowned jeweler did the handset for the ring, and shortly thereafter they got married. And now their beautiful diamonds have equally beautiful story to tell. Each lab-grown stone has the same chemical composition as a mined diamond, down to the atom. It's as ethical, sustainable, and 100% conflict-free way to own a brilliant diamond without compromising on its quality. It says here too, the couple's lab-grown diamonds are atomically and chemically identical to mined diamonds, yet 35% larger on a price basis and meet the highest of standards. So it sounds like this might be the way to go, you guys. I mean, seriously.
And Lee, let's be honest. Since you proposed using duct tape, the fact that these diamonds are 35% larger, I think this is where you're going to buy that ring.
Yeah, I absolutely think that. Yes. Don't tell the jeweler that I've been talking to about it, though. He's already wondering why I stopped calling. I was like, no, I didn't call off the engagement. I just didn't buy a ring yet.
There was something else too, which is brilliant about this, is they're also trying to create a bit of a social community too, because if I saw correctly, they'll help make recommendations to you on how to propose and where to do it.
Nice.
So it's.
I think there's a chatbot for that, Sean.
What's that?
I think there's a chatbot for that.
Right.
Jose, it looks like we got some new comments in the thing. Tell us what we have. Tell us what's going on there.
Yeah, people want you to buy the ring. No time like today, they're saying around here. Mark.
Yes, tell us what Mark said.
He says, what about a syringe you put in a piece of coal and get a diamond?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. I've never heard of that.
Yes, I think we should definitely do that. I'm totally down for that. Well, Sean, thank you very much. My fiance will definitely appreciate that you did that. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
I'll be measuring it.
Yeah. So, so what you're saying is size matters now. Goodness gracious. That's what he's saying, you guys. It's just being subtle. All right, speaking of STDs.
That's it. These are the only kind that you would ever want. Super trustworthy diction. So the point of bringing this in, I mean, pull out any personal perspective, right, on politics. That's not the point of this at all. It literally is, Fauci has communicated in such a way to earn credibility from a significant part of the United States and people that are concerned about COVID. But the assessment of his communication is what all of us can honestly follow on a regular basis, right?
Yeah.
So first, the guy has credibility. You earn that, whether that's through your own hard work, right? So on and so forth in degree. He does a really good job at simplifying what he's talking about, right? He doesn't try to elaborate. He cuts to the chase. He gets right to the point. Again, I think this is somewhat uncontrollable, but he's built a relationship with a younger generation. So now he's able to, message across a much bigger work. And regardless, we can all laugh at this one. He stays on message, right? That's probably message point number one in communication. Just stay on message.
To me, these are like the golden rules of any marketing campaign. I wish that we would just make this a staple of any marketing campaign. And it kind of has a lot to do with our innovation business too. Sarah, wouldn't you say that too? We need to bring in younger generation into our ideation sessions because we need to have a really diverse group of people in there. We need to simplify the complex. A lot of business challenges that we help with are super complex. So I always tell my clients, let's see if we can simplify it because there's probably other answers that are out there, right? And staying on message and being credible, always important. Always important.
And a lot of that too, Lee, like coming back to simplify it or the complex. the value of asking the right question.
Yeah. Yeah,
right? I mean,
absolutely.
we know there's a whole process behind that of just figuring out before you even start brainstorming, well, what is the right question that you need to even assess?
Yeah, before we even jump out here. Yeah. All right, we are going to talk a little bit about some hugs. Sarah, I'm so happy that this is your slide. This is so great.
I love me some hugs.
Yeah, I miss hugs, man. That's one thing I miss about the
gosh.
whole COVID thing, being an extrovert. I just want to hug everybody and everything.
Yes, I mean, my
the Amazon guy comes to the door and I'm like, oh, bro, I give you a hug, but you know.
But COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if anybody tuned into SNL a couple weeks ago, but there was this great skit about, it was a psychic in 2019 with a group of friends, like, I see everybody hoarding toilet paper and everybody's like, this makes no sense to me. And I kind of feel like this is a little bit like that. If you went back into 2019 and saw these pictures of people hugging each other through bubbles and wondering what's happening with our world, right? And now being here in 2021, having lived through a pandemic, we all know how starved we are for connection.
Absolutely.
But even more so, how starved we are for physical touch, which is an actual love language for many people, right?
Yep.
So when I saw this story, I just thought this is such an awesome innovation and creative way of allowing people to still have that physical touch, have that connection. It's a hospital in Rome who put up a plastic barrier with armholes at their COVID ward, so that it was noticed that her patients were spending long periods of time in the hospital without being able to see their families, and they were becoming lonelier and sadder and probably not recovering, because you need these things to help boost your immune system. So she recommended putting this innovation into their ward, and it's really been revolutionary. And I think what's so cool about this is that when it comes to innovation, creativity, building new things, a lot of times we look at constraints as a detriment, right? Like, how are we ever going to fix this problem of human connection in the middle of a pandemic? But when you add that constraint, it actually creates this beautiful opportunity to fertilize a new idea, right? Back in 2019, we never would have thought of hugging each other through bubbles. And now, fast forward a year, and it's like the best gift that you can give somebody who's sitting in a hospital.
Yeah, I love this. I want these everywhere. I want these at my front door. Are you kidding me?
Me too.
I definitely want this.
Oh my gosh.
Be so
that
great.
Would be a brilliant social campaign. Not like out. Like, what if they could take bus stops and convert them into hugging stations?
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
Like existing spaces, right? Like, stop if you need a hug.
So you could just hug, two people could hug each other someplace through the plastic.
I love it.
I see this great comment that says, I think Trojans should make intimate hazmat suits. Opportunity, Trojans. Missed opportunity.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. Jose, anything we're missing there? I'm going to go back to you for just here.
Yes, I'm totally agree with Mark on this one. He says hugs, high fives, and handshakes. Who else missed that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sarah, I totally agree. Like, why? That would be a brilliant way for Trojan as a brand to add something to the current state, right, of people's lack of human touch and intimacy.
Yeah.
Like, if they literally could take this concept and help bring it through other hospitals and locations, I think it's a brilliant idea. Not as a joke, but I mean, as being completely serious. I think it'd be an absolute thing that they could take and run with.
If there's anybody that's connected with them that actually gives them that idea, we need a sponsor for next month. So let us know. We were just talking about that this morning.
Right.
All right, Sarah, you were going to say something. Sorry, I cut you off.
I forgot. It's all good.
All right. Well, speaking of donuts, I kind of consider this Taco Bell Vegas Cantina Take Two. So, you know that Taco Bell people were naturally going to the Taco Bell in Vegas and actually getting married. And, you know, a year or two later, Taco Bell finally realized that it was a thing, and they built an actual wedding chapel there. So Dunkin' Donuts is trying to do a similar promotion this Valentine's Day. It's in the New York area. It's actually the Friday before Valentine's Day. They want you to skip the chapel and City Hall and head for the drive-thru in Middleton, New York, where officiants will do drive-thru weddings and legally marry the winners of their Dunkin's Marriage is on the Menu contest on February 12th. New York residents may enter the contest by posting a photo to Instagram with the hashtag Dunkin' I Do contest, along with the reason they want to get married at Dunkin'. The contest began on January 27th, and it will continue, like I said, through the 12th. And then they'll do drive-thru weddings, will lead both vow renewals and commitment ceremonies between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. at that same Dunkin's location. So it says, in addition to a unique COVID-safe drive-thru wedding, lucky couples receive $500 in cash, free wedding photography, and a gift basket. And that also they're commemorating their wedding merchandise that they're trying to sell. So it sounds to me like they're really trying to pivot here, doing something a little bit different. And it's funny, Sean, as I look at this, it kind of reminds me of the golden ticket promotion thing. Remember I told you how that used to upset me so much that idea came up all the time. Well, promotional ideas come up probably in everybody's brainstorm about doing something wild. But to me, it's like, if you're going to do this, which you're probably going to do in your promotional calendar anyway, let's just do it up and do it upright. And it seems like they've really taken advantage of the situation. They're doing it upright. What would you think?
I totally agree. And the Dunkin' brand is, they're being aggressive on how they're engaging out in the community. I mean, I think we talked about back in December, they were creating a unique line of Dunkin' merchandise, and they were selling out in a day.
Oh, yeah, like crazy.
I mean, in some respects, like, I love Dunkin'. It's just, I don't know what the hell's going on. They're just they're so active. It's really interesting to watch.
Speaking of active, it looks like that we're getting a lot of chat. Jose, I'm going to go back to you. What do we got there?
Yeah. Diana says that at Voodoo Donuts they throw at you sprinkles instead of rice when you say yes.
That would be great. Awesome.
And Mark says that this is along the same lines as the drive-through confessional. They call it toot and tell or go to hell.
Toot and
love
tell
it.
Or go to hell. I love it. All right, cool.
Lee,
thank you. Yes.
Lee, kind of like, I wonder though, if you went to Dunkin' Donuts and if you tried to do this, say like after 4 o'clock, like getting old donuts 50% off, if they just match you with some leftover bride or groom at 50% off.
Who knows? It could be a thing. You order a donut and a coffee and a wedding ceremony.
Right.
Right? It'd be funny if they were kind of on the fly with it too. So it's like, hey, there's another couple here. Okay, well, step over to this window right over here.
They should have called it Coffee Mate.
Yeah, nice. Good one.
I wonder when they're gonna have divorce.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe it's a BOGO deal, like, wedding, marriage certificate, like buy one get one free with a divorce lawyer.
Yeah, bring a friend.
Right.
All right. Speaking of friendly neighbors, Sean, this is a really great one. Thank you for finding this. It's so inspiring.
Yeah, this one just it popped up for me in reading somewhere. The activity is a few years old, but the concept I think is brilliant and totally relevant right now. A long story short, the woman in Austin, she would host a lot of parties for neighbors and birthday parties and barbecues, book clubs. So she ordered 2 picnic tables from, I think it was Lowe's. And much like everything, the picnic tables came and they dropped them off of her front yard and left. So she moved one, but then before she did the other one, she just kind of had this epiphany and she thought, I'm going to leave it here. I'm just going to come out, sit at the picnic table each day and just see if people want to come by and talk. And she, for whatever reason, she painted it this kind of bright, gaudy turquoise blue. But it literally has
attention grabbing.
Yeah, it became this huge movement where there's official organizations and people put these turquoise picnic tables in their front yard to start and have conversations with neighbors and people.
Wow.
I just thought it was brilliant.
Really awesome. It's funny because I just picture this happening in Florida during, the hottest month. It's like, I'll put the table out there, but just honk and I'll wave at you from the air conditioning.
We'll put it in a bubble.
Yeah. Hey, you can combine the two.
Trojan.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Let's see what we have up next here. You know what else we love, you guys? Can you guess what we love?
Super Bowl.
Yes, we love the Super Bowl. Hold on just a moment. Let me just get to the page here.
Flash the wing.
Here we go. We love the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. So,
Yes,
Super Bowl is like our favorite time of year. And from an Innovation Catalyst perspective, this is when, and I kind of wrote this down here, I love it because, you know, the people that are the most creative, always the people that other people feel the most creative are creatives, right? The people who actually make ads and are in the creative business. So to me, this is like their shining moment, right? These guys are creative throughout the year, but they really have to press hard to come up with something good for Super Bowl because it is $5.6 million in today's market for a 30-second Super Bowl commercial. Make that sink in. $5.6 million. So they're pushing their boundaries. So we love covering this stuff, and we'll always be a fan of seeing what they do. So we're going to show one, and then we'll talk a little bit about one here. Let's just move the slide so we can see what we're talking about. We're going to show you one about Anheuser-Busch adding some heart to Grab a Beer Together, and then we'll talk about that, and then we'll show you the Alexa ad. So,
hey Lee,
yes.
just before you start, we'd love to ask everyone if you can remember a standout Super Bowl commercial, please post it in chat.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Come on, I'm buying you a beer.
Okay.
What did they say?
Flight crews next door eating pizza.
Here's the new friends.
We used to come here with Eddie. You remember that?
I had such a crush on his sister. We all did.
They're gonna go their way, we're gonna go our way. Lydia, we sure could use your help on this.
Okay.
Congrats.
No, not yet.
It wasn't that noticeable, was it?
Yeah, only if you have ears.
I can't do Friday. I got a date.
Why don't you bring her here?
Come on, let's grab a beer.
Yes.
I love that commercial, you guys. It's so awesome. So good. So good. So good. So tell me what ones came to mind when you guys thought of this? What were the ones that you guys liked? Oh, what are the ones that, Sean, what was like one of your most memorable? I'll just go down the line. Sean, your most memorable Super Bowl commercial.
It was probably the I don't know why I remember it, but there was one FedEx commercial probably about 10 years ago where they turned off the sound and all they had was a scrolling script across the bottom in that sound for 30 seconds. But it totally stood out the entire time.
Crazy. Sarah, what about you? Favorite one that you remember?
Oh, I loved last year the Doritos ad where they were, Billy Ray Cyrus and the rapper, and they had the horse that was dancing. I mean,
nice.
Can't better than that one.
All right, Jose, how about yours?
I'm a huge Game of Thrones lover, so probably I would say the Bud Light ad. It was amazing at the time. Now probably not that much.
Nice. And I don't remember. My favorite is from a couple years ago, and I think it was GoDaddy, but it was basically like it was like a guy that was dressed in overalls with a monkey, and they were just making weird noises. And at the very end, it was for GoDaddy, and it said, "Hey, we just wasted $5 million. What are you doing with your internet?" Super fun. Jose, tell us a little bit about some of the ones that you've seen in the chat.
Okay, so I had to Google this one, but apparently it's really good. It's Betty White doing a Snickers ad.
Oh, God, that was great. I forgot that one. That was so good. What else?
Budweiser Lizards. Oh, this is a good one. To Love Tabasco and Exploding Mosquitoes. Does anyone remember that?
I do not remember that, but that's funny with the murder hornets. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
wonder if
thank
those
you.
will show
Thank
up.
you guys for commenting on that. It's funny what you end up remembering from those. Really. So this is our second one, and we're about ready to wrap it up. We got a couple more minutes left, but imagine that you could make Alexa talk in whatever voice you wanted Alexa to be. Well, that's exactly what this ad does. So let's check it out. Oops, wrong one. Stand by.
There's that. Take it in.
Stand by.
It's just flawless, isn't it?
So good. I think
so. Yeah. I mean, I literally couldn't imagine a more beautiful vessel for Alexa to be inside. Alexa, how many tablespoons are in a cup?
There are 16 tablespoons in a cup. Babe, food just got here. Why you cooking? Who's that?
Alexa, turn on the sprinklers.
Honey, I already ran the sprinklers. Things are getting way too wet around here.
Alexa, dim the lights.
Alexa, lights up! Alexa, lights up!
Add bath oils to my shopping list.
Alexa, no, don't do that.
Read my audiobook.
I was in his hands. I was being changed. Realized that I was also kissing him.
Honey, other people have to use the bathroom around here too.
So great. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want Alexa to be whoever their person is? They're like celebrity crush. So I'm going to go down the line again. Sean, if you had a choice, what voice would Alexa talk to you in?
Oh my God, Scarlett Johansson.
As Black Widow, though, most likely, right? All right, Sarah, what would your choice be?
It's a pretty even tie between Kaylee Cuoco and Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds, absolutely. Jose, how about you?
I agree with Sarah. I would go with Ryan Reynolds mixed with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
But they would kind of have to argue why they were doing it, right? So
Totally.
No, that's not going to be the weather, Wolverine, that kind of thing. Well, that concludes our Super Bowl stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our Love Report. Round of applause for the awesome crew that we have here today. Thank you so much for joining us. And those of you who joined us last month in January, thank you for being patient and for joining us back again. I want to make sure I get all my stuff in. We would love to have you follow us on both this Twitch channel and also our YouTube page. Jose will put the link for our YouTube page. We're actually going to start putting in our past reports on YouTube. They go away a little bit quickly here on Twitch, so we want to make sure that you follow us there so you can see all the latest things. We want to make sure you subscribe to both that YouTube page and to this Twitch channel, so thank you very much. And thank you for whoever just subscribed. I noticed that there was a Ozuka Live. Thank you so much for subscribing. I want to thank Sarah Miller. Thank you so much for being our guest presenter today. Really, really great job. I hope you had fun. Did you have as much fun as you thought you would?
Oh my God, this was like the best way to kick off my Friday. Thank you so much for having me.
There were no cat butts. Not one cat butt showed up.
It's amazing.
And it's even more fun when it works, right?
Yeah, it really is. So thank you, Sarah. We hope that we haven't worn out our welcome, and we hope that to have you back on the stream. Would you be up for that sometime?
Anytime. You just let me know. I'll whip on some makeup and nice shirt.
Nice. Business on the top. That's all you need.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate it. And again, sorry about your big stream you premiere back in January, but I hope we made up for it today. And ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Jose Gutierrez. Jose.
Thanks, Jose.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Jose, I can't tell you, we really think it's your good mojo that kind of keeps our stuff together here. Even though you're all the way over in Germany, we appreciate you being here with us. And it's way past beer 30 for you, so we'd like to demand that you go get a beer. Would you guys?
I'm always jealous of him.
Yeah,
I would love to.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we will see you guys back again. You can support us by liking and following the page here, our YouTube page. Jose is putting our LinkedIn and our LinkedIn links in the chat also. So please, we'd love to connect with you if we're not already connected with you. If you see anything out in the world that you think would be inspiring for other people, please feel free to send it. It is brainstorminabox@gmail.com. Is that right, Sean?
That's it. You got it.
Yep. brainstorminabox@gmail.com. Please feel free to send something. We will definitely call you out, and we appreciate that. Don't forget to pay it forward. We have a link tree that you will see on the next page that we'll show you. We'd love for you to take that link tree, share it with your work colleagues, share it with anybody who think who could be inspired. I know one of my clients actually they actually get together the following week and talk about everything that we talked about. So whatever you can do to pay it forward and to inspire you, great. And again, you guys, thank you. Really, really great time.
Thanks, guys.
We will see you all.
It was awesome again.
We will see you all next time. Cheers.
Happy
Bye, guys.
Valentine's Day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care, everybody.